Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nancy Montez, and I am one of the operation coordinators in the UCLA International Education Office. I'm joined here with some of my colleagues from IEO and our keynote speaker, Alexis Jackson from the Financial Aid and Scholarship Office. Alexis will be discussing summer financial aid and scholarships for travel study programs and global internship programs. If you have any questions after watching the mandatory financial aid and scholarship presentation, please feel free to attend one of our live financial aid Q&A sessions. The sessions will begin in February. We will send out emails that will include the days and times of the live financial aid Q&A sessions, and will also provide this information on the UCLA Study Abroad website in the calendar section. That's ieo.ucla.edu. Just a quick note that this presentation is not meant for UCEAP programs. Now I am going to hand it over to Alexis to get the presentation started.
Hello, and thank you so much for sharing your time with us today. And thank you, Nancy, for that introduction. In this session, as mentioned, we will discuss how eligible students can use UCLA financial aid resources for study abroad programs. The information provided will be UC or UCLA specific, but most of the information will be applicable whether you're applying to us or other schools. So who can apply? Financial aid can be extended to eligible entering and continuing undergraduate UCLA students who are attending either a UCEAP program or UCLA study abroad program. Graduate students can also receive aid, but only if the program is required to complete the graduate degree. When it comes to application deadlines, it is important to first know which application to complete. For students who are considered a citizen or a permanent resident, you should complete the FAFSA, also known as the free application for federal student aid. The FAFSA will be used to determine eligibility for federal, state, and institutional aid. For those students who are not considered a US citizen or a permanent resident, but you graduated from a California high school, then you should file the California DREAM Act application. The DREAM Act application will then be used to determine state and institutional aid eligibility. You can complete the FAFSA by visiting studentaid.gov, and to complete the DREAM Act application, please visit csac.ca.gov. Both applications will open October 1st each year. We strongly encourage that every student complete the application by the March 2nd deadline, because missing this deadline can cause you to miss out on thousands of dollars of aid. We also recommend using the data retrieval tool when completing your application. The data retrieval tool will cut down the hassle and make things a lot easier by automatically transferring the tax information from the IRS to the application. To ensure security, the data transferred is encrypted when using the data retrieval tool. So everything will show as asterisks when transferred across from the IRS. Once transferred, the data will match the information placed on the tax return. As mentioned, you're going to want to submit the 23-24 FAFSA or DREAM Act application by the March 2nd deadline. Students who submit the FAFSA late will not be considered for institutional aid, such as grants. It is important to submit a 2023 travel study and global internships financial aid application by March 24th, 2023. The application will become available March 1st on My UCLA under the Finances and Jobs tab, and then you're going to click Financial Aid, Summer Financial Aid Application. Financial aid is only available for one summer program. So for example, if a student is attending travel study and summer session C, our office will only provide aid for the travel study program. Please also know that we are here to help you throughout this process. And it is important to pay attention to emails and message center notifications and requests from our office. The more responsive you are to our requests, the faster we can get your files processed. And part of our partnership with families is working with you when something changes with your family's financial situations. Perhaps you or your family's income has changed since the application was filed, or there's been a large financial loss. We want you to consider submitting an appeal to our office. This will allow our counselors to evaluate the impact of your special circumstance on your eligibility for financial aid. So please don't hesitate to reach out to us to have those changes considered. This is an example of what you can expect to see once you've reached the summer application portal. And just to reiterate, if you are a UCLA student who will enroll in summer sessions at UCLA or another UC, you must submit an application under by applying via your myucla.edu, visiting the Finances and Jobs tab, and clicking Summer Financial Aid Information. The Summer Travel and Global Internships application will again be available March 1st, 2023. Once you have successfully submitted the Travel Study or Global Internships Financial Aid application, you will receive a confirmation email that looks like this, and you're just going to want to save this for your record. To complete the financial aid process, additional information may be requested in order to complete your file. This may include parents and/or student tax transcripts, dependent or independent verification forms, or proof of non-filing status for those who are not required to file taxes. Requests for additional documentation is posted under your MyUCLA under the Finances and Jobs tab and clicking Document Tracking. All supporting documentation must be submitted to determine both summer and academic awards. If attending for the summer, the priority deadline for documents is going to be April 7th, 2023. The types of aid that are available for the summer include the Pell Grant, the University Grant, and loans. The Pell Grant award is based on the number of units enrolled in the program and your financial need, also known as your expected family contribution. The University Grant is also based on the number of units enrolled in financial need. The estimate provided are for the 2023-2024 summer term. So if your parent contribution or the student contribution is less than $20,000 and you're enrolled in 8 units, which is considered half-time, you can be awarded up to $1,500. If you're enrolled in 9 to 11 units, which is considered 3/4 time, then you can receive up to $2,250. And if you are enrolled in 12 units or more, which is considered full-time, you can receive up to $3,000 within the university grant. Loans that may be offered for this summer include the direct subsidized loan, the direct unsubsidized loan, Parent Plus loans, or private loans. Student loans will first be awarded for the academic year. If you have any remaining loan eligibility after being awarded for the academic year, you will have student loans also offered to you in the summer as well. You may also opt to move some of your loan eligibility from the academic year over to the summer. But please note, by doing this, you will reduce your overall loan eligibility for the academic year. So here we have an example of the summer award. So John submitted the FAFSA by March 2nd and the travel financial aid application by March 24th. His expected family contribution, or EFC, is $4,500. He plans on attending the History Medieval Paris program from June 20th to July 15th, 2023. He will enroll in the required units, which is 8 units for the program. The total cost of attendance for the program is $9,200. In this slide, first you will notice the cost of attendance and the program budget breakdown. So the program fee is $5,500, and this will be reflected on your Bruin bill. And the additional expenses is budgeted as $3,700, which can include personal expenses, airfare, textbooks, meals, and spending money, which brings the total cost to $9,200. When looking at the estimated financial aid package for 8 units, the University Grant Award is going to be $1,500. The Pell Grant, based on the EFC of $4,500, comes to $407, and loans will cover the remaining cost of attendance, so $7,293. And this brings the total aid package to $9,200. It's also important to note, if you are a dependent student, you will be offered the Parent Plus loan. And if you are an independent student, you will be offered some unsubsidized loans and the private loan. For unit changes, if you are enrolling in the travel study fee-bearing 199.19 optional course, it must be paid for by August 25th, 2023 out of pocket. You will not initially be awarded financial aid based on the optional course units. If you receive a passing grade for the additional units, your aid will be adjusted at the end of summer once confirmation has been received. Also, if your units decrease from the original amount, you are subject to receiving a bill. Please note that the example above is for travel study only. The optional CESC 130 or Econ 199A course units provided by the Global Internships program will be included in your financial aid award. So for financial aid notices, awarding will begin mid-May, and financial aid notices will be released by mid-May, early June. It's important to review and follow all of the instructions on your financial aid notice. First-time loan borrowers must complete a master promissory note and a loan debt management session before loans can be dispersed. If you are offered a Parent Plus loan and your parent is interested in borrowing, they must accept the parent loan on the financial aid notification. Then they're going to complete the parent loan application or credit check on studentaid.gov. Parents must also complete a master promissory note if this is their first time borrowing the Plus loan. It's really important to also note that you must accept the loans before your program ends. If you try to apply for loans after you return from your studies, the loan will never disperse. Unfortunately, we cannot make exceptions to this rule. If you are offered private loans, please be aware that this can take more than 2 weeks to process. If you are offered a private loan on your financial aid notice and you wish to take it out, you're going to want to act immediately. You will need to first locate a private loan lender, for example, Wells Fargo, Sallie Mae, SunTrust, and apply for the private loan based on their terms and conditions. Once you have applied and have been approved, some students will need a cosigner. Then the lender will notify our office to verify your enrollment. This information is then sent back to the lender for disbursement processing. Please also note that the lender will have a 10-day holding period on the funds before UCLA receives the private loan money. If you plan to participate in travel study and attend summer session C, then your travel study refund may be less than expected. And this is because on the Bruin bill, you will have fees posted for travel study and summer session C. Once your travel study financial aid disperses, then your aid will automatically apply to your total balance on the Bruin bill. This means if you have accepted all of your summer travel financial aid, including loans, then your refund will be a lot less because a portion of it is being applied to the summer session fees. Remember, we are only able to fund one summer program. And at this time, I would like to introduce Wilcie Liu from the International Educational Office to share with you information regarding study abroad scholarship opportunities.
Thanks, Alexis. As Alexis mentioned, my name is Wilcie Liu, and I manage the study abroad scholarships at the International Education Office. Scholarships are a great way to help you fund your study abroad experience. And the best thing about scholarship is that you don't have to pay back. There are quite a few scholarships available for UCLA students, and you can find them on the IEO website at www.ieo.ucla.edu/scholarships. And they are listed by program. So if you're participating in the travel study program, you can just open the UCLA travel study tab and see which awards you would be eligible for. And it is the same thing for the global internship program. On the website, you will also find other scholarships that are like national scholarships, or we have also divided them in scholarships by country or region specific. And you also have scholarship directories and databases that you can do search for many other kinds of scholarships. There are some really great national scholarships that you should take a look into if you're planning to go abroad this summer or fall. You may be a little bit too late already for some of those scholarships, but nonetheless, it's very important that you take a look at those, that maybe you qualify for one of them. And in terms of national scholarships, I just would like to mention the Gilman Scholarship, the Boren, and Fund for Education Abroad. And for you to have an idea, some of these scholarships have really early deadlines. For example, the Fund for Education Abroad for summer 23, fall 23, or academic year 23-24 closed already the application on January 18th. The Gilman, I believe, is closing on March 9. UCLA's scholarships are closing, most of them are closing on March 1st, except for the Global Internship Program, which is closing now on January 29. So just keep in mind the deadlines to some of these scholarships close quite early. And so you should start your process of search online quite early. Don't wait until last minute, because you may miss the deadlines to some very good scholarships. And another thing to keep in mind is that scholarships can affect your financial aid packet. So make sure if you're getting a scholarship that you talk to your financial advisor about it. And if you have questions, you can email me at wlieux@ieo.ucla.edu, or you can also send an email to our general office email, which is info@ieo.ucla.edu, and they can forward that to me. I would really encourage you to look for scholarships. There are a lot of money out there, and you should apply to as many scholarships as you're eligible for. And at this time, I will hand it over to Nancy Montes, who is going to talk about veterans benefits.
Another way to fund a portion of your study abroad fees is with veterans benefits. If you are an eligible veteran or a dependent of a veteran, you may qualify for veteran benefits that may cover a portion of the program fees for your travel study program or your global internship program. There are two types of veteran benefits that many of our past travel study students have qualified for. The first one is the CalVet fee waiver. This one is for dependents only, and it only covers tuition. The second one is the GI Bill. This one is for veterans and dependents. If you are planning to use veterans benefit for your study abroad program, please make sure to contact the UCLA Veterans Benefit Coordinator. The coordinator will need some information from you in order to disperse the waiver or funds to your Bruinville account. So now I'm going to go ahead and hand it back over to Alexis.
Thank you so much. And here we just have some frequently asked questions. Will summer aid affect the academic year? If you attend summer school or any summer program, we will award you for the academic year first. So summer grants will not reduce the amount of grants that you're going to be awarded for the academic year. When will financial aid post to the Bruinville account? Financial aid can disperse 5 to 10 days before your program start date. If you are on an early program, the earliest we can disperse your aid is going to be June 16th, 2023. It is highly recommended that you sign up for the Bruin Direct to receive your refund as soon as possible. Next question is going to be, does financial aid pay for my airfare? I need to buy my ticket now. So unfortunately, there is no financial aid advance for airfare or travel expenses. If you accept all of your financial aid for the summer, including all loans offered to you, you can reimburse yourself once your financial aid disperses for the summer. What if I want to cancel the program? So for global internships, after 11:59 p.m. on February 15th, you are responsible for the full program fee. If you decide to cancel after February 15th, you're going to want to contact the IEO office and the Financial Aid and Scholarships office. For travel study, after 11:59 p.m. on April 7th, 2023, you are responsible for the full program fee. If you decide to cancel after April 7th, you're also going to want to contact the IEO office and the Financial Aid and Scholarship office as well. Can I know what my award letter will look like now? Is it possible to get an estimate? You can access the Summer Financial Aid Calculator by visiting our website, www.financialaid.ucla.edu. And it's going to be under the Special Aid Programs, Summer Aid, Calculate Potential Summer Aid. The calculator is intended to provide an estimate based on UCLA summer session enrollment, so the loan and the tuition amount will not represent your program's cost of attendance. However, you can use this tool to provide you with an estimate for your grant eligibility only. For the financial aid guide and step sheets, it is required that you review the following 2 documents if applying for financial aid for travel study or global internships. And the financial aid guide and the step-by-step sheet can be found at the links provided in this presentation. So if you need help or assistance throughout this process, please do not hesitate to reach out to the financial aid office. We are definitely here to help you. You can reach out to us by using our QR code that's provided on the screen, or also by using a message center, and by also visiting financialaid.ucla.edu. And at this time, I will hand it back over to Nancy, and thank you again for tuning into this presentation for Financial Aid Travel Study Abroad and Global Internships Program.
Okay, thank you, Alexis, and thank you, Wilcie. Just as I just have a couple of quick reminders. Once again, please make sure to attend one of our summer financial aid sessions, Q&A sessions, if you have any questions about financial aid and scholarships for travel study programs or global internship programs. As mentioned earlier, you will receive an email with the days and times for the Q&A sessions. We will also post it on our website. Also keep in mind that this financial aid presentation was not for students enrolled in UCEAP programs. We thank you very much for watching this video. And please contact us if you have any questions. Have a good day. Let's get back to mine. Okay.